gentlemen, put your hands together for Virginia Galloway from Americans for Prosperity, running them all over the state, the Tea Party.
Hello, Macon. Great to see you. These tea parties are so much fun. Now tell me something. How many of you are teed off? How many of you are taxed enough already? That's right. Okay, now I'm going to ask you a bunch more questions, so listen closely. The answer is not going to be yes to all of them. Okay? All right. First of all, how many of you love your country? How many of you are frustrated with your government right now? How many of you are ready to do something about it? All right, that's what we're going to talk about today. And what that takes is getting some education. Now this movement, this Tea Party movement, is all across the United States. We had a Tea Party in downtown Atlanta about a month ago. In the pouring rain, 300 people showed up with our umbrellas. We were soaked to the skin, but by golly, we wanted some change because we were fed up with the bailouts. How many of y'all bought a house you could afford? How many of you think you ought to pay mortgages for people who bought houses they cannot afford? Good answer. Y'all were listening, weren't you? That's right. And that's why we gathered there in Atlanta that day, and that's why we're gathering again tonight. That's why they gathered in Sandersville yesterday. They're gathering in Savannah right now. They're gathering in Warner Robins this evening at 6. Or 3 rather, through 7, and there are tea parties all across Georgia, all across the United States. There are over 1,000 tea parties scheduled for today. So you are part of something big, and I want to say something that I am not happy with what our president is doing, but this movement is not about one party doing wrong. This is a movement about a federal government that is out of control, that has been spending our money at outrageous speed. I have had my job with Americans for Prosperity for almost 3 years. When I started my job, the national debt was $7.5 trillion. Today, the national debt, it changes every minute, but it's around $11 to $12 trillion in just 3 short years. That is obscene, and that is our money. It's the money of our children. It's the money of our grandchildren. And you know what else? We've been bailing out banks, right? We, as in taxpayers, the government using our money to bail out these banks. Well, the world banks are out of money to lend America. They're out of money. So we're in a mess now, aren't we? And I want to talk just a minute. I'm going to get a little bit serious here. Y'all can rest your voices for a second, because I want to talk about money, about what they're doing and what they're passing on to our children. How many of y'all think $1 million is a lot of money? Yeah. I do too. That's big money to me. But pretend for a minute that you're a member of Congress. You know what a split, yeah, I know, y'all have better character, but anyway, than most of them. There's some good ones. But pretend you're a member of Congress, and this, you can't even see this, but this is a split pea in my hand, okay? Y'all know what a split pea is? Yeah. This is one split pea, and pretend you're a member of Congress, and this is $1 million, right? Because to Congress, like, would be, right? $1 million, no big deal. So if you're a member of Congress, you spend billions all the time. This is $1 billion. This is 1,000 split peas right here in this container. You know what a trillion is? Yep. This is $1 trillion. If one split pea was $1 million, this is $1 trillion. This is 17.5 pounds of split peas. I'm gonna put it down now because it's 17.5 pounds. But anyway, so that is what $1 trillion is. We are in $11 to $12 trillion of debt right now, and that is not even counting all the things that they have promised: the health care, the prescription drugs, all the other stuff, and some of this bailout stuff that hasn't even been spent yet. So we have got to get busy. Now, how many of you again are serious about doing something about this? Right on. Okay, what we've got to do, first of all, we have got to get educated. We've got to find out about the bills. We've got to know what's in them before they vote on them. We've got to be able to contact our congressman quickly and say, don't vote for that bailout, and know something about what we're talking about, don't we? Yeah. Okay, great. That's fantastic. The Americans for Prosperity, the organization that I work with, is a national organization for fiscal responsibility throughout this land. And what we do, we have a newsletter, we send it out to you. You sign up for a newsletter, it comes out, it says, Action Alert. Mr. Jones, please contact your congressman. They are about to vote on a bailout bill, blah, blah, blah. Here's the details of it. You put in, you hit Act Now, it writes the email for you, you push forward, and it goes right to your congressman or senator. We can do that for you, but you need to be signed up, and we're going to give you an opportunity to do that. The next thing we need to do is we need to know how to work with our elected leaders. It's great to come out here and have this rally. I'm so proud to see all of you involved here, but it's also important to know that we don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. We have some good people in office, and we have to get educated and know what the difference is between somebody who's acting responsible in office. We need to keep the good ones, but yes, we do need to throw the bums out. We just need to know who the bums are before we throw them out. Okay. Yep. I'm not going to name any bums up here, but you know who they are. So, and we know that they're in every level of government, and we do things on the state level. We have a very conservative state legislature. We have to have a balanced budget in the state of Georgia. How many of you think we ought to have a balanced budget in the United States of America? That's right, cut the spending. All right, Frida, I'm looking for you. All right, Frida, come up this way. Frida is going to be our sign-up person for Americans for Prosperity today. We're going to be standing right over here. I have some booklets that Americans for Prosperity put out called Keeping Georgia Competitive, because we love our state of Georgia. It's a great state, and we want it to be the greatest state. So you can come get one of these. You can sign up, and Frida is going to be right down this way. So come meet her, and thank you for being here in Macon today. If you can, come join the crazy wild throng in Atlanta tonight. And y'all keep on Tea Party. We're going to get together. If you sign up for this list, we're going to get educated, we're going to get mobilized, and we're going to learn how to make a positive change, okay? Thank you. Come join the